Hey, this is Les from the TV Dudes. This week, I'm lucky enough to chat with Geno Segers. You can see him right now on NBC's new series Perfect Harmony, where he plays Dwayne. But you may know him as Kincaid from Teen Wolf, Chayton Littlestone from Banshee, or that Uncharted fan film with Nathan Fillion that we all watched. We talk about him getting his start in radio, moving on to stage theater, and finding his way to my television. It's a great chat, we have a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, Geno.
Matt, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. I actually told a couple of people this morning I'm going to do an interview today, and I won't have the deepest voice on this call.
That's funny.
I'm so glad to get to talk to you today, man. I really appreciate you taking the time out. I just got to watch the pilot for Perfect Harmony, which when I saw the upfronts, I thought this show's either going to be right up my alley, adorably quirky, or completely miss me by a mile. And I really didn't know which one. And then I watched the pilot, and the little crew that comes together with Whitford, y'all play so well off each other. And so I was really excited to get to talk to you.
Well, yeah, it was. I mean, I think I know Bradley had a lot to do with each and every one of us being casted. So, I mean, kudos to him and the team for putting us all together, because it's literally like we've known each other for years. Just the first day I clicked with Will, Rizwan, Timberly. I just clicked with everybody. Anna. I mean, it was just really well casted.
There's something just in the last nanosecond between timing on jokes to me sometimes where you watch a show with a cast and, you know, the script on paper may be equally as funny as other shows, but their timing is just right there and so quick. And there's a lot of times where y'all play off each other as if Whitford has really as if Bradley really had walked into a group of people who've known each other for, you know, their whole lives, and he's the newbie.
Absolutely.
Can you talk a bit about when you first got the script, kind of what was your first moment of reading Dwayne and thinking, man, I know this guy?
Well, I mean, from the first word. I mean, from the first time I read his sides, I knew who he was. It was just a matter of getting my body and my body and my mind into that particular guy, because for so long I've been playing guys who have had to die a brutal death and have very much earned that brutal death. So I knew who Dwayne was, and at that time he was Shep. So it was a tricky sort of thing to get my head around as an actor, because I had for so long been playing characters who were just antagonists who deserved to die a brutal death.
Yeah.
I got to say, I'm very happy to keep my face and my head on my shoulders, for lack of a better term. But I mean, it was just really, it took me a minute to really accept the idea of playing a character like him.
Yeah, I mean, in the Uncharted fan film, you, I think, survive those 15 minutes or so, but yeah, you still, for me, getting to see you in Perfect Harmony was a little like seeing The Rock in Be Cool, where you go, oh, yeah, obviously this guy's got this lovable goof charm to him. You know, if I'm thinking back to like seeing Chayton Littlestone or something, and it's wonderful to get to see this expansion of what you get to do as an actor. Did you ever imagine getting to play all these things back in New Zealand, going out for radio ads?
You know, in all honesty, I had no expectations of this business. I was just going into it as here's something that I can do. It's pretty much a hobby. Maybe I'll have some fun. Maybe I'll make a little cash on the side. I didn't really think of it as a viable option for a career. I really did not. And then it dawned on me that, hey, I'm really making a great living at this hobby. Maybe I should consider this as a long-term option.
Can you talk a little bit about being Mufasa in the Lion King stage show and going from what I think of as kind of the isolated end of the acting spectrum, that voiceover booth mic moment, versus kind of the most live interactive that you could make it, with a real crowd in the house?
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah. I know exactly what you mean, because I had not anticipated that level of emotion coming from an audience. I did not anticipate it being so charging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is a nightly surge of energy that the audience will give you. And I can't explain it to someone who has never experienced it. Yeah, but it's literally like a wave of, it's like a wave of emotion that, especially with The Lion King, because of all the things that happen in that show. I mean, just a wave of emotion that you can feel from the audience, and each gasp, each laugh, each moment that they're holding their breath, you're almost holding your breath. It's an unusual thing. It's unlike playing in front of 80,000 people, football. For example, 80,000 people in the stands, invariably half of those fans are willing to see you fail as long as you win the game. Right?
Yeah. I see what you mean.
The other half wants you to fail. They just want you to just fail badly. Well, if you go to an audience of 2,000 people, every single one of them wants you to succeed.
Yeah.
Every single one of them wants you to do well. Maybe there's one or two guys in the audience that want to see you fail so they have something to write in their column. I don't know. But ultimately, you don't want to let them down, because they paid their money to see you, to take them away from their lives. Let them suspend, reality for an hour, 2 hours, or whatever, however long your show is. So there's pressure in an audience setting, and there's pressure in basically a fan or a crowd setting. But pressure nonetheless. It's all the same. It's just different types of pressure. I can't explain to you how much I want to do a good job for those 2,000 audience members, because they're giving me so much emotion that I want to do well for them. And everybody that's ever been on stage has felt something similar.
Do you feel like that, feeling that energy and experiencing that was something that you could carry forward, like a feeling you could look for when you're trying to connect with your audience, or I'm sorry, with your co-stars, trying to pull together something like Perfect Harmony? At least like, oh, hey, that's that feeling that we should be looking for.
Absolutely. But I look for it in a way that, for example, if I'm in a scene with Will Greenberg, I look to affect him in the same way that I would affect my audience member. I want my character, Dwayne, to affect Wayne. I want Dwayne to affect Wayne in a way that is in line with what the script says, or what the script has given us to do. So yeah, there's a lot of that same sort of emotion that carries over from that audience, because in all honesty, there is no proscenium when I'm on set with Will. There's no proscenium. There is no world that we can't venture.
Yeah.
Whereas on stage, there is a proscenium. There is the audience, and then there's me, and never is that fourth wall broken, unless, of course, it's set up to be broken. But nonetheless, I feel the emotion that Will's giving me, and I want to give that back. I want to affect him. He's affecting me with what his character is feeling, and I want my character to affect his character the way my character is feeling. Similarly to an audience stage production sort of show.
Yeah, that's a really great way to think about it. I don't think I'd ever considered. I know just in doing interviews and just in talking to people I'm in relationships with in my life, there's so much more there when you're really present and really with that person and really affecting them. And I don't think I'd ever considered
Absolutely.
making sure that your fictional character you're playing is present with the other person's fictional character they're playing. And I think that's a beautiful way to look at that.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. And because the moment, like for example, at this very moment right now we're having a conversation, I can sense your energy over the phone, my friend. I can sense the fact that you have taken time, and I can hear, I understand the fact that you've taken time for this interview. You've researched my past. I have been in interviews where people don't even know that I was a rugby player or played Mufasa, or don't even know the character, haven't even seen the episode. So it becomes laborsome where I'm working to help them understand what's happening with my character, how my character plays in the show, who my character is. It's an uphill battle the whole way. And not only that, I'm trying to get something from them in terms of emotion or some sort of excitement to help charge the interview. Because even as an interviewee or an interviewer, you're still entertaining. It's still show business. Yeah. And I like to call it business show because unless there's business, there ain't much of a show. I mean, you gotta have if there's no eyeballs looking at it, man, you're not gonna have much of a show. You gotta have the business around the show and the show around the business. One hand washes the other, and both hands wash the face. You can't wash your face with a dirty hand, man. You're gonna end up with dirty everything, right? There's an order to this thing, you know? So, I mean, like, I've been in interviews where have been just really uphill battles, and I've been in interviews such as yourself who come prepared and really just make things a lot more easy and a lot more enjoyable. And it's the same way with acting. It's acting. When I'm working with a co-star or I'm working with someone, we're working together on scene, on a set, they've come prepared and I've come prepared. It's not an uphill battle. I'm not pulling to get something out of them. You know what I mean? It's all energetic, and I credit our cast with always being prepared, always coming to work prepared. I have to step up my game because Will is always prepared, and I don't want to be the weak link. If Kimberly comes to set, I know I got to be ready because she's not going to be underwhelming at all. None of them. Rizwan, none of them. They are all ridiculously prepared. So I'm not going to be the weak link. I'm going to come to work prepared because we are shooting for perfection on every scene. If we fall short, we will have something great. And that is the absolute truth.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me about it. I really can't thank you enough. And I feel like that. It sounds like a great work environment. I feel like it's coming through. I really enjoyed the pilot. So can't wait to see more. And congrats on getting to keep your head about you.
Man, I appreciate that. Appreciate it, Les. Man, I can't tell you how happy I am that there's no blood on my shoulders.
Yeah. I feel like this is going to be a pretty bloodless season. Probably no snakes, but I don't know.
Yeah. Thank God.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Have a great rest of your day.
All right, Les. Take it easy now.
The TV Dudes is an independently run podcast and a member of the Electric Sweater Podcast Network. We are exclusively listener supported. If you'd like to help us out, go to patreon.com/tvdudes. You can like us on Facebook and Twitter at TV Dudes. All the music for our show is by our friend and original TV dude, Gregory J. Amani Smith. To find out more about us, go to thetvdudes.com and electricsweater.com. I'm Grant Davis. Thanks for listening.